Okay.
Okay.
Check.
Hello,
Hi
hello.
guy. Hi guy. Okay. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. We are live on Twitter now and for the Facebook. Let me see. Shut down. Yeah, we are also live on Facebook.
First lecture for New Year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guy.
Hope the bull market here.
Your voice seems exhausted. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we all good, but we can wait a couple minutes to wait the people to join our space.
Just about 1 minute more and
Yeah.
I will start the live. I will start the lecture. Okay. Have you guys been well during the new year?
Yeah.
Very good New Year. Starting fresh.
Except my portfolio.
My fault. I have reset myself during the new year and also reset my portfolio as well.
All the law is not cow. It's New Year now.
Yeah. Let's see. Hope the Q1 and Q2 market will recovery for us to recharge my energy again.
Yeah, and also. Okay, so I think it's good time to start the live lecture.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, this one is going to be for live lecture of the year, and yeah, in the past year, like our recent live lecture, last two live lecture we have covered about a lot about the data probability sampling. We have covered like the how to ensure that the data during the sampling process are correct. Like, and we have explored two approach. The first one is the for proof approach used in the CHR, and the second one is the validity approach. You utilize the math from the like the CK stuff called the KCG commitment. We can achieve the validity proof for like to ensure that the data within the data already sampling process is correct. Like, and in this live lecture, we are going to explore again into the Ethereum, and we are going to explore the Ethereum consensus to be specific. And Ethereum is quite a big protocol because like a lot of researchers around the world have helped like research on many fields to improve on the Ethereum. So we have a lot of topic that we can cover on Ethereum. And for the consensus protocol, I will have to break it into two parts again. For the first part in this live lecture, we are going to explore about like the basic consensus protocol again. Even though we have explored a lot of the consensus protocol previously, but we have not dived deep into the consensus protocol. Exactly what is the consensus and what the consensus trying to solve. Like we only explore only the super um, just the rough idea of the consensus protocol. We only explore like one category of the consensus protocol. If I have to say, it's going to be the consensus protocol that prioritize on the safety. That is the consensus protocol we have talked so far. There is no forks at all. Like we don't have a forks. in our consensus protocol, and we all I mean we only have the instant finality or the finality property only, like. But there are also other kind of consensus protocol that doesn't have the instant finality property, like, and they also have fork, like fork. For example, the Ethereum and the Bitcoin as well, they also have fork. That is why we have to like re-explore the consensus protocol again, and we will cover why some consensus protocol have fork and why some consensus protocol does not allow fork at, at all. And with that, we have to explore what is called the cap theorem or CAP theorem, like. And in fact, I can like just explain to you guys how Ethereum work. But if I do that, you guys will not understand why the Ethereum have to decide it that way, and why Ethereum have fork and also can offer finality. Like you guys will not be able to like understand why it have to decide it that way. That is why the another lesson that I have, like, to explain to you guys about the cap theorem and the consensus protocol. And after that, I will just roughly speaking, I will just roughly explain a bit about the proof of work and proof of stake a bit to let you guys know that the proof of work and proof of stake is not a consensus protocol at all. They just the extension that make the consensus protocol more complete, like, and can be used in real world. But the proof of work and proof of stake, even though many people say that proof of work and proof of stake consensus protocol, like, but in fact they are not like the consensus protocol at all. They just like the component that make the consensus protocol more complete and let them run in the real world, like. And after we learn about the consensus protocol and the cap theorem, we will explore like the rough idea about um, the Ethereum consensus, and it is called the Gasper protocol. And in the next live lecture, we are going to dive deeper into the Gasper. So in this live lecture, we are going to like just learn about the idea of the Gasper and why the Ethereum have to be decided, like have to be designed. That I will like explain in a few slide. Okay, so let's begin with the consensus protocol. Consensus protocol. So what is consensus? Like after doing research, I have like stumbled upon like this book, which is the Ethereum 2 book. If you are interested, I think it is a good start to explore about the Ethereum world. It have like cover a lot about Ethereum stuff, but the book is not finished yet. It have a lot of improvement and like a lot of section to be filled in, but they cover like pretty much topic and many updates that happen in the Ethereum, and the explanation you can find it here. And also many of my lecture also inspired from this book as well. So if you finish this live lecture and you want to explore more about the Ethereum, this one is also the recommended paper. Okay, so let us go back to our live lecture. So what is consensus protocol, like? This book like give quite a pretty clear description of the consensus protocol. So they describe that the consensus protocol, what consensus protocol trying to solve is that it trying to build a reliable distributed system on top of unreliable infrastructure, like trying to build the reliable distributed system on top of like unreliable infrastructure. So what does this mean? Like the reliable distributed system, for example, in our like the obvious one is our consensus protocol or the blockchain that we use. The distributed system is just the system that have a node, like distributed throughout the globe, throughout the world. Like, so you have the earth, and you have like nodes scattered throughout our earth, and trying to communicate with each other, and trying to to be the distributed system. And what does this distributed system trying to do is that you have many nodes, and this many node trying to agree, like agree or reach a consensus on some value. So for the blockchain, the value that the blockchain or the distributed system trying to reach a consensus on is the sequence or user transaction or the global state of the blockchain. So how many money I have left now, what is the output of this DeFi, what is the output of the smart contract, some stuff like that. So that is the distributed system. But you may think, this problem, why it is so hard. You just want many nodes just to communicate with each other and reach agreement on some value. So why is it so hard to solve? The problem is that because this reliable distributed system that we trying to build using the consensus protocol is running on the unreliable infrastructure. The unreliable infrastructure mean that there are many unreliable structure or many unreliable component. For example, you would have a bad node, like the malicious node, bad actor that trying to send a fake message, trying to DDoS your computer, trying to hack into your computer, or trying to hack out or something like that, like trying to break the distributed system down, like making it unusable. So, and you may have the internet delay or the internet out, outage, or you also have the electricity outage as well that makes some node unusable. And there is a software bug that make some node temporarily down and cannot be used at all, or you may have the hardware failure that make your node unable to operate. And that is why the reliable distributed system is hard, like because the underlying infrastructure is unreliable. And that is what the concepts are trying to solve. Like, so, of course, we have explored a lot. I mean, we have heard a lot. I think all of you guys already know about the consensus protocol. One of them is the Bitcoin consensus protocol, or the other name is the Nakamoto consensus protocol. So how that is work? The Nakamoto consensus protocol allow node to agree on the same sequence of transaction. So how that is work? It just let node just have to follow the longest chain, or you might have heard about the longest chain rule. Usually the longest chain is no, in fact, it is not correct to call the longest chain rule. In fact, node have to follow the chain with the most accumulated work, and usually that chain would be the longest chain. And that is why we call it the longest chain rule. Um, so eventually, node around the world will agree on the same chain using this rule. They have to follow the longest chain, for simplicity. And with Nakamoto consensus, um, the the Bitcoin you have heard already, it allow a lot of fork. We can have fork in Bitcoin. It means that if you have a chain of block, like you may have something like this. There are more than one chain that you have to choose at the time, and that is the fork. And Nakamoto consensus don't have the property called the instant finality that we have heard in like many more modern consensus protocol. What it offers is that it's just the probabilistic finality, and you understand more about it when we go through this live lecture. Okay. So I will briefly explain about the Nakamoto consensus protocol. So suppose that you are running the Bitcoin node, like, and you your currently chain that you are following is this chain, but somehow um you might like you might encounter the internet problem, like, so this in this chain you might this one is your node, like you may only connect with the outer two node, like two or three node, and you only receive this much information, and you only know that this 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 just this one is the chain that you have to follow. But what if suddenly your network recover, like you may connect to more node. Earlier you just connect to two or three node, but suddenly your network recover and you can connect to like a 100 outer node, and you receive new information, like, and with this information you see that it is not just this chain alone that I can follow. There are another forks as well, like there are another fork as well, or outer chain as well. So in this case, like this one is the chain that you are currently follow, like you have the block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, and block 5. But there are also another fork as well, like this one, that just similar to your chain, like start with the block 1, block 2, block 3, but after the block 3, instead of being the block 4, it become the block 4a, 5a, and 6a. Like there are also another forks as well, like this one, that similar to your current chain, that is like only the first 4 block that similar to your chain. So it start with block 1, block 2, block 3, block 4, but after the block 4, it followed by the block 5b and block 6b, and also this chain as well, like this guy as well. Block 1, block 2, block 3, but after the block 3, it follow, only like block 1, block 2, but after the block 2, it followed by block TC, block 4C, and so on and so forth. Like, and as I said earlier, like for example, in this case, you may start with like your internet connection is not good, but suddenly your internet connection recover, and you receive another information from outer node, and you see that there are also outer fork as well. And with the Nakamoto consensus, what you have to do is that you have to like follow the longest chain. Like, so this chain is going to be the winner chain, like, and your transaction might get reversed as well. So for example, if your transaction get put in the block T, like at first your transaction in block T, and it get confirmed by block 4 and block 5, but after your internet connection recover, like your fork, like you have to choose a new fork, which is this one, and this new fork does not contain the transaction in this fork at all. So this means that your transaction get reversed, like, and you have to send your transaction again and waiting for the new block, and that is called the reorganization. Like, so the reorganization is that at first you are following one block, and later you have to follow a new block when you receive a new information. So in Nakamoto consensus or in Bitcoin, they can have a fork, like, and they offer only you the probabilistic probabilistic finality. So what this means that when you send your transaction in, like the more the block built on top of your block, like the more confident that you get that like your transaction will not be get reversed. And that is the Nakamoto consensus. I think you guys are already familiar with the Nakamoto consensus. Another group of the consensus protocol is the modern consensus protocol that offer the instant finality and not allow fork at all. And this guy we already cover a lot of them, like the tether mint, the monad, BFT, the DAC based consensus protocol, the bull shark, and the mythicity in Sui for example. Like, and this guy does not allow fork, like, and I am going to call this guy a column voting style consensus protocol. So the concept of how this of how this consensus is going to work, and how node reach consensus on this kind of protocol is that what they have to do is that they just have to follow the chain, like they have just to follow the chain that approved by the super majority of node, like, or they have to follow the chain that get approved by more than about 67% or more than two-thirds of the node. We because in order for each block to be added into the chain, they have to be approved first by the two-thirds of all validators. So all node would have to agree, and they would know that which chain they have to follow. Like they have just to follow the chain that have the more than two-thirds of the world. And this kind of consensus protocol would not allow fork, like no fork, because if you have forks, this means that you have to get to finalize it block, like, and because each block have to be approved by about 67 percent, like, so if you get 67% on this two block, it will exceed 100% of validator one, like, so this would not be possible, like, okay, so that is why this kind of chain like would not have fork, but also have the restriction that you would be assumed that less than about 23% of the node would not be a bad node or the malicious uh, malicious node. Like, okay, so now for we have learned about the chain with the fork, like, and that is the Bitcoin, and we have also learned about the chain that don't have a fork, like, and that is what we call the proof of stake chain, like in when we talk about the blockchain in general, we would call this kind of consensus as the proof of stake chain. And um uh there is nothing about here. I just explained that the Bitcoin can have the long reorganization, which I already explained about it. Okay, the point is that what Ethereum trying to do is that they're trying to bringing in the best of both world. I mean, bringing in the best part from the chain that have fork, and also bringing the best part from the blockchain that offer the finality, and combining them into the Ethereum and what is called the Gasper consensus protocol. So with Ethereum, it is the consensus protocol that offer the finality, like, but also have a fork. This is kind of weird, like, because in Bitcoin, you see that in Bitcoin only have fork, like they have fork, but they don't have finality. And for the right hand side, like they don't allow fork, no fork at all, but they have finality. Like, but in Ethereum, like they offer finality from this right hand side, and they also have fork from the left hand side. Like, so it's kind of weird. It's like the Chimera consensus protocol. Okay, so and I also mentioned that Ethereum like provide base of both were from the finality kind of consensus and also from the fork blockchain that have fork. And a lot of you might wonder or have a question. So um, why Ethereum does not just provide the finality alone? Why it have to allow fork? Like, why it have to allow fork? Why they does they don't just follow the like the modern blockchain just offer the instant finality? Why it have to offer the finality and also allow fork? It is not going to be a messy like the Bitcoin that um, constantly have fork and constantly have the the organization. Like, and you may also might wonder even more why the Bitcoin not just update the consensus protocol and offer the finality, why they still offer the fork until the this day. Like, and to explain about this, like I have to explain to you guys about the CAP theorem or the cap theorem. So you can understand why some consensus protocol have fork, why outer doesn't have, and some kind of consensus protocol have like instant finality stuff. But before going on, okay, let us pause here. And any question for now?
So yeah, I I query to know after the Ethereum chain consensus to the POS, the merge, right? 2 years
Yeah.
ago, they did they have the fork event?
Yeah, they can have fork, and I think if you like if you go into the Ethereum scan like web website, like you will see that there is the each, each block will have the like the status label into it, the justify and finalization stuff. If the block have not just justified yet, your transaction might get revert or might into a weird fork, like, and you might get reorganization as well. So
Okay,
stuff like that.
okay, got it.
Yeah. In fact, it can have fork all the time, but maybe we following the like um I mean the chain with the most vote, something like that. That is why we haven't seen the fork by ourselves. But some people like might connect with the poor node or connect with the node that have the instability network connection, some stuff like that. Often they may often encounter fork event, and they may often like their transaction may often get reversed or some stuff like that. And you will see what I mean in the next section. I will explain about the fork stuff. Okay.
Okay,
Okay. Okay, so let me explain about the cap cap theorem. Like I said before, it will explain why some consensus protocol have fork event, like, and some sorry, it should be this one. Some consensus protocol, especially those that prioritize on LiveNet, like they will have fork, but those that prioritize on safety, they will have the finality. like instant finality property. So if I have to say, like, Ethereum and Bitcoin will fall into chain that prioritize on LiveNet. That is why they have forks. And many modern consensus protocol, most of them will prioritize on safety, and that is why they can achieve instant finality. But of course, there is some test off between these two, and you will understand what it is. Okay, so let's begin with the top with the problem. Like, so this CAP. So what I mean is that the CAP, the P stand for the partition event. So in the normal network operation, like each node will be able to like communicate with outer node freely. If you operate this node, like you can send message or send blockchain word or the consensus word to outer node. If you become a leader, like a proposer, you can build a block and send this block to all our outer node without any problem at all during the normal operation. Like, but in the event of partition, like for example, the network problem that, like for example, I am in Thailand here, and this one going to be, let me assume that it is the US, for example, node in Thailand might be able to communicate with each outer, like, and at furthering the normal operation. Like, this group might be able to communicate with the US node as well, but somehow, for example, some chart uh, at, attack the network cable under the sea and make the internet connection between Thailand and US break break down, like, and the node in Thailand cannot communicate with the node in the US, and that is can cause the partition event, like the network instability or something like that can cause the partition. So to summarize, what I mean that during the partition event, the node will be split into group, and node within each group will be able to communicate with each outer, like just be able to communicate freely with each outer, but they cannot communicate across group. Like, node from this group cannot send information to this group, and this group can communicate with each outer but cannot send information back to this one, and that is what is called the partition event. And what is going to happen is that during this partition event, the P event, like, the consensus protocol have to choose one. They have to, they have a choice to choose C or A, and that is why it become the cap theorem. Like, if it choose A, like, it mean availability, and the availability mean the liveness in the blockchain language. Like, so what does liveness mean is that it will allow the protocol to be able to, like, to process transaction even if there is a partition, and it will allow fork to happen. While the outer protocol, like the modern consensus, if they prioritize on C or consistency, like during the partition event, the system may halt, like may stop and get stuck until they be able to reach the super majority or the network being able to reconnect, and they will be able to reach the super majority vote or on the block. At that point, the protocol will be able to to keep process. Like, I will use the infographic to, like, to explain this further. Like, but the chain that prioritize on A or prioritize on LiveNet is the Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like so, during the normal operation, like you have the chain, because every node can communicate with each other freely, like so they will have a complete knowledge or they will have the complete information, like and all of the node here will agree that the current chain would look like this. Like the current chain will look like this. Start from block 1, block 2, block 3, and block 4. But what if um and if this user send transaction to the network, like because every node can freely communicate with each other, they will agree that the next the next block would be like have the transaction 1, the next block like have transaction 2, 3, and 4. Like but what if during this process, I mean at block 4 there is a network partition, like so the node will be split into two groups, the group A and group B, and this group cannot communicate with each other. Like so, in this event, what is going to happen is that um, when user trying to send transaction to the network, because this kind of chain like Bitcoin and Ethereum prioritize on LiveNet, they will be like they will keep the network um, they will keep producing a new block, even if there is the problem between two group of connection. They will try to make the chain move on, like and usable by outer like you user, and they would not stop. Like and that is why it called the liveness. Like they prioritize on liveness and keep the chain progressing. Like so in this case, when user send the transaction in, the group A may trying to build a new block. Like and when they're producing a new block, they will like for example, following by the block 4, they add block that include transaction 1 in, block that include transaction 2 in, and block that include transaction 3. Why in the group B, like because they cannot communicate with this group, they would not receive this transaction at all. Like so they will receive only the transaction from this pink guy, and they will build the box, and they only be able to build one box, like and add transaction 4 in. Like so as you can see, during the network problem and with the chain that prioritize or LiveNet, this group of chain still be able to operate on. Like but the problem is that the chain that they are seeing right now is different, like different. So and when the time goes on, like and the network recover into the normal operation, for example, the group A and group B will be able to send information to each other now, and they would send information what their current chain look like to each other and trying to communicate to each other, and they would find out that hey, there are two fork here, like the first one from group A, like and the second one is from group B. So we have fork here, and yeah, we are going to represent it like this, like because only from the block 4 is different. And the consensus protocol here is going to show what is going to show is that it's going to um, make this node agree on a single chain or eliminate outer fork, like and only prioritize on the main chain. And with the Bitcoin consensus protocol, like they would prefer the longest chain. So this chain is going to be the winner chain, like and this pink guy transaction like get reversed, and we only have this longest chain left. So as Ajahn Paul asked previously, like is Ethereum have fork? Yeah, it of course. I think it constantly have fork, but maybe we are following the chain, like following the network with the majority of node. That is why maybe we have not we have not encountered fork that constant, but some lucky guy may follow the weird the weird network like that partition from the large group, and they might get include in the fork, and the transaction might get reward constantly, something like that. Is that clear for now? I think
What's
about the
going on up here? Okay, we have two group, right? Group A and group
okay.
B. What going on if they have the same transaction? I mean, what going on if they have
Okay, so you mean the amount of block, like
amount of block?
okay, if they have the same amount of block, um, it's going to be like this going to be the hard one, but um, maybe let me think about it first. So okay, so some of the node here, like in the if talk about the block, the Bitcoin, like some of the chain may trying to build like new block on top of this chain, and some of them may trying to build this block, uh, the block on this chain, and they are going to have they have to race with each other until at some point, like they will at some point they will win, like they will like about an hour later, for example, this guy may be able to build t block, and this guy and this chain may be able to build 4 block, and with this, like node will trying to follow this one instead for
Okay.
for
Okay, that does mean when the network resume to the connection, they will
yeah.
select only the wrong net chain, right?
Yes,
Okay.
and if you have the same amount like you asked before, the you have to let these two guy I mean let to have these two partition less with each other, and will get decided by the randomness, like of the hash function that the miner trying to mine, something like that.
I got it.
Okay. This is okay so far, Pete.
Yeah. So far so good. Just
Okay.
yeah.
Maybe I think I have to make the separate live lecture that explain on the Bitcoin stuff, because it's more complex than that. I have to explain about the randomness assumption and something like that. But I have but I don't want to dive deep into this live lecture because it's going to be long.
Yeah, totally agree, because from this slide actually we have the situation to the chain need to handle, right? For
Yeah.
example, how the chain handle the burst spending situation, something like that.
Yeah, that as well. And yeah, you just mentioned about the double spending, like, and that is why this kind of protocol called the prioritize on LiveNet, and like they are not prioritize on safety, like because if you have fork here, there is a list like to have a double spending event, and because it lists of having the double spending event, that is why the Bitcoin like does not prioritize on safety, like they prioritize on LiveNet, but they sacrifice the safety, like
Okay, Bitcoin not safe. Okay.
yeah, it does not correct to call it does not save, but we will call it eventually safe because when the time pass, like when the time goes on, you will
No, I'm just
the
kidding.
but the double spending may get resolved when you know that which chain is the longest one, some stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, got it.
So it basically take time to resolve itself for if they prioritize the live net.
Yeah, I think you have heard about in Bitcoin you have to wait for about 6 block, 7 block before you can be sure that your transaction get finalized or some stuff like that. Like and that 6 block or 1 hour that you have to wait, that is called the probabilistic finality, because when you have 6 block built on top of you, like you gain more and more confident that your chain will not get reversed and reduce the risk of double spending.
I see. But it's different than finality from like the newer chain, right?
Yeah, it's different. That is why it's called probabilistic finality, like because it still have a small chance that your transaction might be able to get reversed. Like
I see.
for example, yeah, there may be some small set of node here that also mining the block and can build a very long chain. Like, and when they get reconnect together, even though your block get confirmed by 6 block here, but this group can mine like very long chain. The fork will be resolved to be this guy. Like
You can do it if you have a lot of money.
yeah.
All controversy.
Yeah, and that is why many people fear that quantum computer may may be able to hack Bitcoin and stuff like that, because they can achieve a very high hash rate, some stuff like that, and they may able to cause the double spending stuff.
I see.
Okay. Now next is we have covered the chain that prioritize on LiveNet, which is the Bitcoin and Ethereum, and as I said, the chain that prioritize on LiveNet, they would have like temporary fork. And now the next one is the chain that prioritize on consistency when there is the partition, that is CP. This one is going to be AP and this one is CP. Like, so in the CP case, the normal operation is quite simple. Like I say, in the normal operation, users send transaction to the chain and they keep building the block. Like, but what if there is a partition here? Like, the network divided into two groups again, and user send transaction to group A and group B. So what is going to happen is that the chain would not respond. I mean, they would not build a new block. Like, would not build a new block. They would build a new block if a block that, for example, this guy become a leader, and it propose a new block, and this block will be able to get added into the chain if it get more than 2/3 of the vote. Like, but in our case, like this guy, this chain contain about just roughly about 40%, and this chain contain about only 60% of the node. Like, so it about so two third is about 60%. So within this group A, like because they only have 40%, they will not be able to finalize the block. Like, and this guy here, like this guy here only have about 50 to 60% of the node, so it is still less than the 60%, so they would not be able to finalize the block here. So here the block gets halt or the block gets stuck, and they would not be able to produce a new block. Like they would need to wait. Like they would need to wait for the to the network to recover into the normal operation. And when they recover to the normal operation, they will be able to communicate with each other. Like, and when they able to communicate with each other, there would be a leader again. And when the leader proposes a block, this guy will be able to vote for this block and achieve more than 60%. And once this happens, the chain will be able to keep progressing and able to add a new block. Like, so this is clear, like how the chain halt and how the chain gets stuck when there is a partition. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So that is why you like may experience. I'm not going to say the chain name, but there are many blockchain that we have encountered like that. The chain gets stuck, and we cannot use them about like 2 and 3 hours or some stuff like that. We have to wait for the network to be recovered or some infrastructure to be recovered to be able to like use them again. Like, so as you can see, there is some trade off. Like, so for the Bitcoin or the Ethereum that prioritize on LiveNet, like that prioritize on LiveNet, even if there is a network problem, like all the user that are using the chain still be able to use the chain even if there is some network problem going on. There is some partition stuff, some stuff like that, but you have to take off that is the list of like there is a temporary fog and the safety concern, like of like the double spending stuff. That is why they prioritize on LiveNet but not prioritize on safety. Like, and the second one is the chain that prioritize on safety but not prioritize on LiveNet. And prioritize on safety mean that they never encounter a fork, like, but they have to sacrifice their LiveNet. That is when there is a network problem, the chain may halt and the chain may get stuck and user cannot use the chain until the problem being solved, and they will be able to reuse the chain again. Okay, I think this one is pretty clear. Like, is this okay now?
Yep.
Yes.
Clear for me.
Okay, I'm so glad. So next one is the proof of work and proof of stake. I just want to like explain about this stuff just a bit, like to let you know that the many people talk about proof of work and proof of stake at the consensus protocol, but I'm just going to give you an idea that it is not quite accurate to mention the proof of work and proof of stake at the consensus protocol. Okay, so up until now, like we have explored the Nakamoto consensus, and it's still like it let the node like reach a consensus the um, on the sequence of transaction using the longest chain rule. Like they allow node throughout the globe like to reach a consensus by following the longest chain. Like, so, and the second one is the like the column voting style, like the Tendermint or the backbases protocol, Moonlight BFP, some stuff like that. That let node reach consensus by following the super majority voted chain. Like they just have to follow the chain that get more than 2/3 of the vote. Like, but so far we have seen that our consensus protocol can work without the proof of work and proof of stake at all. So I think this one is already answer you that the proof of work and proof of stake are not the consensus protocol. But I will explain to you why the proof of work and proof of stake is needed to in the consensus protocol. But we will just roughly like I will just roughly explain this stuff. Okay, and Many people, I mean, including technical guys, some of them may like refer to proof of work and proof of stake as a consensus protocol because it's quite easy for many people to understand. Like for example, you like talk with each other that this one is the proof of stake consensus protocol. It is like it's much easier to like when you talk with other like this chain is based on Mississippi consensus. Author may get confused and say, "What the heck are you talking about?" Something like that. So, addressing the consensus protocol with the pool of work and pool of stake might seem like much simpler to like to to address some stuff like that. And yeah, so why do we need the pool of work and pool of stake? Like, okay, so in the consensus protocol that I just explained, like that we just explore. It just work in the ideal case. Why? Because in the consensus protocol that we just explore, it assumes that one node, like equal to one unique identity, and there is no side view at all. But in our real world use case, like there is money involved, there is human involved, some stuff like that. So it is the world that is more complicated than the like in the ideal world that we use to explain the consensus that we like explain the consensus protocol. Like so in the real world, you cannot assume that one node is equal to one identity at all. They may have the Sybil attack. Of course, one node may tying one entity, I have to say, may tying to like um, build the multiple fake identity. Maybe they just want to spam the network. Maybe they just want to achieve like more than 2/3 of the vote, so that they can fork the chain, or they can tying to like make the chain unusable, or they are trying to like hack the chain or some stuff like that. And of course, with this side build alone can attack the consensus protocol in the ideal case, but not all side build is good. Sorry, not all side build is bad. Why? Because maybe some side build, like for example, for me, maybe I am trying to um, I locate my node at Thailand. Like maybe I want to make my node decentralized or make my node more robust. Like maybe I spin off another node at US, or maybe spin another node at Singapore, for example, something like that. So that when my node at Thailand goes down, maybe in the US and Singapore still be able to overlay. Like and that is a good goal I feel like because it makes the network more geographically decentralized, some stuff like that. And this kind of side view should not be punished at all and should be incentivized instead. But some some side view, like the one that I say that trying to spam the fake node and trying to attack the chain need the punishment. Like and of course there also some fairness, like how you are going to select the node that become the purposer that trying to like build a new box, some stuff like that. And this kind of stuff alone, this just an example, like cannot solve by the standard condenser that we exported previously. Like and that's why we need the proof of work and proof of stake to handle this, to ensure that the the blockchain or the consensus protocol like can achieve the economic security or can like have the cyber resistance. Like um, so let us get on more some example. So what gonna happen if we don't have proof of work and proof of stake? Like so for the Bitcoin, like the longest chain rule, if you don't have proof of work, like um, there would be no speed limit. I mean, if you're running a node, you can like keep producing many Bitcoin block as much as you can do. Like, and if you do that and you have a lot of node, like if you have a lot of outer node, like, and this overlaid by your friend or outer company, some stuff like that, they would try to build a lot of block. They would try to build a lot of block and trying to react the reward, like, and with this alone, they would trying to race to each other and build as much as block as possible. And what is going to happen is that you are going to face a lot of fork and like achieve fork and also constant reorg all the time. And if you have a proof of work layer kicking in, like the proof of work will help you like limit how fast the network can go using the lottery stuff or the hash. Like, you have to find a hash until you reach a jackpot, and on average, um, a new block about 10 minutes, a new block will be able to like to add into the Bitcoin chain, like about 10 minutes, and this like will limit how fast the network can go. And because you have to find hash, and this require a lot of work, like this will filter out many spammer. The node that trying to spam the network with the fork chain, like because in order for them to create a fork or create or to make the chain like reorganization, they have to spend some work, and that will cost them some money or some electricity, like to produce a fork. And if they produce a fork and get ignored by the network, so this means that their cost or electricity will go to wasted, like, so like it is like the punishment to that introduced in the proof of work, and filter out the cyber attack and the malicious node that trying to spam the network with cheap fork, like. And for the proof of stake, like, if you don't have proof of stake at all and you use the column basis consensus protocol, like the tenant mint stuff, like some node, like some entity might trying to spin up some cheap node, like spin up some cheap node and trying to get as much as node as possible to achieve like more than 2/3 of the vote. And with this, they will be able to attack the chain, like because they have nothing to stake, they just like keep spamming the chain with new node until they can reach more than 2/3 of the vote, like. And they can cause many attack, like they can propose a malicious block, they can like force the chain to halt by going offline or some stuff like that. They can force the chain to get into the partition event, some stuff like that. But with the proof of stake, like in order to participate in the consensus protocol, the validator have to lock up some capital, so this cause the validator or the node participant to pay some money first before be able to participate in the consensus. And with this, you will be able to like filter some cheap side build out, like. And if those node like trying to act maliciously, the money that they stake may get slashed. And that is why in real world we have to like we need the proof of work and proof of stake, like. So in summary, the proof of work and proof of stake is required to like to prevent fake node and make the consensus protocol like become cyber resistant and also introduce economic security into the consensus protocol and also introduce the fair game how the next leader or how the next proposer gonna be chosen, like some stuff like that. Yeah, I think this one is clear.
Yep,
Okay.
it's clear from me.
Yeah.
Oh.
So basically, the incentive alignment is helping form like the side bill because it's not really worth it, or you have to spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Finally, our last section here about the brief idea of the Ethereum consensus protocol, because at first in the very beginning of the first live lecture, I have said that Ethereum is like the Chimera protocol that trying to achieve best of both world of the they want to produce, they want to offer the finality property, and also they allow forks, like, so you can think of it like the Ethereum is like a Bitcoin, just roughly speaking. Okay, it's like a Bitcoin that it prioritize on LiveNet, but unlike Bitcoin, that is Ethereum will not allow a long reorg, like, because it will periodically finalize the chain, and this going to prevent the long reorg, and I will explain it in the next few slides. Okay, so for the Ethereum, like, it achieve both liveness and safety using the combination of LMD Ghost protocol, and this one is the ensure the liveness of the Ethereum. And another one is the Casper FFG protocol, and this one is going to like offer the safety to the Ethereum. So the LMD Ghost will let the Ethereum run even if there is a network problem, and then the Ethereum will use the Casper FFG protocol. You don't have to remember this name. I will explain it deeper in the next live lecture. Okay, and it will use the Casper FFG to periodically finalize the block that produced from the LMD Ghost, and will like it will lock the chain and will prevent the long reorg. Okay, and this this paragraph, like, I have said that it's trying to provide base of both world, that is it trying to offer periodically finality and also achieve safety, like, and also this one, like, also achieve liveness, and it seem of kind of weird, like, because in the cap theorem say that we cannot achieve both safety and liveness, like, but in fact, like I said before, the Ethereum, like, only prioritize on liveness, but they can achieve both liveness and safety during the normal operation, like, they can offer liveness and safety during the normal operation or without the partition event, like no no partition event, like, but during the partition event, like I said, the Ethereum will prioritize on liveness, and it will allow the chain to have fork, like, and will pause, and it will pause the finality temporarily, and with it will be able to get the finality property again when the chain resume its normal operation. So if I have to summarize again, if I have to summarize again, in the normal operation, the Ethereum can achieve both safety and liveness, but during the partition event or during the not normal operation event, like, the Ethereum will prioritize on liveness. That is, it allow fork and will pause the finality temporarily, but when it resume the normal operation, it will revert back to this again and will be able to finalize block and also ensure the liveness. And I will use the infographic again in the next live lecture to explain this stuff. And this fork, I mean the fork that ensure liveness, like the Ethereum achieved this using what is called the LMD Ghost protocol. And for the finality, like the finality property, it can achieve it from what is called the Casper FFG. Like so, like I said before, the Ethereum is similar to Bitcoin, like in that it allow fork, but unlike Bitcoin is that it have some finality, and you will see the difference. Okay, so in the Bitcoin, for example, you are interested in this transaction in block T, and again you are in a network that get uh, in the partition event, but suddenly your network resume the normal operation and you receive outer information, and you see that hey, there are outer fork as well. But in this case, like in this case, what is going to happen is that in the Nakamoto consensus, your transaction will get reversed because you have to the node will choose, or the majority of the node choose the longest chain, and it will abandon your transaction here, like because your transaction gonna get reversed because it does not get included into this longest chain, and you have to send your transaction to this main chain again, like. But Ethereum have the finality property as well. So it's like the Bitcoin that it can have fork, like, but if if this block get finalized, this block gonna get finalized by Casper FFG. When this block get finalized, it cannot get reward at all. So what is mean? So what that is mean is that, well, when you recover from the network partition, like, you also see outer fork as well again, but your transaction here, your block here, already get finalized, like, so this block cannot get reward at all. So what gonna happen is that you cannot choose this longest chain here anymore because this block already get finalized. If you choose this longest chain here, this means that you have to revert, like you have to revert this block, and you cannot do that because this block already get finalized. Like, so your outer choice is that you have to choose. Maybe you have to choose this chain instead. Like, so this, unlike the Bitcoin, is that if your block or your transaction get finalized, it would not get reward, and that is how the Ethereum can prevent the long reorg, like long reorganization, which is unlike the Bitcoin. And we are going to explore about it further in the next live lecture. So, okay, I think the live lecture is going to end here. But yeah, any questions so far about the Ethereum stuff? Here, I just only like explain the last idea a bit.
I just curious to know about how long they take the finality block.
Normally for Ethereum, it will finalize about approximately about 12 or 13 seconds, some stuff like that. If I remember correctly, like
Got it.
64 slot, yeah, about 20, 12.8 seconds, 12.8 minutes, some stuff like that
Okay.
on
Okay.
the normal application. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this,
I don't have a question. I'm not sure anyone have a question.
No, just waiting for the next lecture.
hey, I think this one is quite long, but I think it's like give you a last foundation and to understand why Ethereum is going to have the finality and also offer the fork some stuff, and you will understand it more clearly in the next live lecture.
Okay, does it mean the next lecture will stick on the Ethereum consensus node?
Yeah, we are going to stick with the Ethereum consensus, and we are going to explore this technical stuff, the LMD Ghost and the Casper FFG, and also the Gasper, the combination of both.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah, again, if you have any question from asked about the Ethereum consensus, you can drop your comment here. And yep, see you to next 2 weeks. And yep.
Yeah. See you again, guys.
See you
Yeah. Bye bye. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good day. Have a good night. Bye bye.